Good evening. Man, we're having some kind of internet problems here tonight here at the Hacienda, if you would. That's okay. We'll get through it. Might be stuttering a little bit, might be in and out, but that's okay. Um, Amy has no idea that I was going to do this tonight, and really, I didn't have no idea that I was going to do this tonight either. But um, just need to talk to you. Is that okay? We just talk. We just have a conversation like they are friends at Sloan Illusions for supplying the coffee cup tonight. But give credit where credit's due, and there's credit to God for one. But I saw it. Hey, listen, if you don't mind, if you're watching this on say Twitch or YouTube or Facebook, if you just put a comment there, we'll get the comments here. That way, I know who's watching, who's not watching, and a lot of interaction will be awesome. Thank you. Um, if you're in the Louisville area next Friday night here in Memphis, Indiana, which is exit 16 off 65 north of the river, Hush Harbor, I Against No One, the Graceland Worship Team, and Joel Jackson will be in concert. Derby Eve, Faith Night. It's at Safe Harbor Christian Church in Memphis. Put all the information on the page in a little bit. It's free. It's a free event. We do ask you come out, hang out with us. I think doors open about 6. Music's gonna start at 6:45 or so, and it's gonna be a great night. Hush Harbor was a band that Scott Sherman had started. Uh, I'm guessing 10, 15 years ago. Well, Scott just passed away recently, and so they're doing a fundraiser at this Derby Eve, and so bring some cash with you if you don't mind. Um, I'll give you some stuff some auction stuff you can bid on. I think the bands are doing all the proceeds off their merch sales are going to Nancy and her support and so forth. And so it's gonna be a great night. Y'all came out, hang out, and worship with us. And that brings me to tonight, the art of worship. Last night we had the pleasure, thanks to our company that I work for, sitting in a suite overlooking KFC Yum Center, and got to see Brandon Lake in his King of Hearts tour. And I'm telling you, I posted some videos on my personal page. I'll share them to. I'll post them on this page as well. Um, it was a night that I'll never forget. A lot of you know I've done shows in my truck driving career where I take stuff venue to venue, and I've been to the major stadiums and major concerts. I've seen all the major secular music concerts and um, hung out with them. And last night was the best concert I've ever attended in my life. It was, man, it's powerful just to stand in the concourse and listen to the crowd of 17,000 sing, you know, gratitude. And I started thinking, and I remember hearing something from Philip Anthony Mitchell. If you don't watch him, I would strongly recommend it. He was at a C3 conference and he brought this up. I'm thinking, man, what a thing, what a thing. How many times we see you go to church? Now, this is something that only you can answer. How many times do we go to church just to go to church? Well, I got to be there. It's church. It's church Sunday. You got to be on. You got to be on church on Sunday. I'm seeing too much during the week, so I got to get to Sunday to get right again. You know. And we go to church. We sit on the back row of the church, and people sit there or stand there. They have their arms folded up against them. They sit like this, and the singing's going on, and you can tell they don't want to be there. The Bible tells us that the breath in our lungs, when we first was born, when we first were created, he breathed the breath in our lungs. So that's not our breath, it's his. Now, we go to church or a concert or in our living rooms or wherever we may be. Psalm 100 says this. It's going to tell me in a second. Hold on. Psalm 100 says, make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Make a joyful noise. If you live on planet Earth, you're to make a joyful noise. But yet we sit there with our arms crossed. We're friends with a lot of the bands here in town, a lot of groups, and I'll joke with them. Maybe a joke with them. Hey, the Bible says make a joyful noise. And it's a joke when we're talking to these bands. We can't sing a lick, guys. But Amy says there's a lot of filters between here and heaven. So when my voice leaves earth and when it goes to God, it's got to be a beautiful thing because there's so many filters it goes through. But when we go and we get to hang out with our friends, and we get to have that personal relationship with our friends, their voices are beautiful. Their singing is beautiful. But when we go to church or whatever we do, we're supposed to make a joyful noise. Last night, we were with some friends who were going through some hard times. And we saw people that were going through some hard times. It's been a proven fact that you cannot worship God and be depressed. It's proven fact you can't worship God and feel sorry for yourself. Because the next verse says, serve the Lord with gladness. We're supposed to go into his presence with singing. It doesn't say if you can carry a tune. Man, these aren't suggestions, by the way. These are commandments. These are things that we have to do. It's not like, hey man, if you feel like it, this is stuff that we have to do. And why do we do those things? Because we know that the Lord is God, and that it's he that has made us and not ourselves. We don't have what we have because of what we did. We have what we have because of what he done. We are his people. If my people, we are his people. And he's our shepherd. We're his sheep. I heard a story one day. You take 3 or 4 flocks of sheep and you put them in this big pasture. And one shepherd says something, and the sheep that belong to him will come to him by the sound of his voice. Jesus Christ, God is our shepherd. We're just his sheep in his field of people all around us. But to enter his gates with thanksgiving. Hey, God, thank you for everything you've given me. And once we enter his gates with thanksgiving, we go into his courts with praise. Man, he don't need my praise. Doesn't need my praise. But if he said, if I don't give him my praise, the rocks in the parking lot, the rocks on the side of the road, the rocks on the mountains will scream out and worship him. Why do we do these things? Because the Lord is good and his mercy is everlasting. And my friends, this is where it hit me. I'll be 59 years old in a few days. That's 5 generations. 5 generations. Fixing to be 6 generations. I'm sorry, decades. Decades. From the 70 babies to the 60 babies to the 80 babies to the 90 babies. Every generation we seem to lose focus on God. But what he tells us is this: his truth, it will endure to all generations. In other words, it's not going to falter. It's not going to change. It's not going to be something different. There are so many people today that are just playing church. So tomorrow we're going to State Street Baptist Church tomorrow morning. They're in New Albany. If you're in the Louisville area, I think services start at 10:45. We're gonna love on the crew over there and visit with our friend, the pastor Roger Van Fleet, who was on here a couple weeks ago with us. But I believe Nancy's going to be there and a couple other people. It's going to be pretty cool. So if you're in the Louisville area, don't have a home church, you're more than welcome to come visit with us. It's not our home church, we're going to still visit. But we'll go tomorrow morning with this in our mind. We're going to make a joyful noise. It's going to be for God. Somebody made a post one day on Facebook. I made an email of it. That says, a guy says, I didn't like the music today, talking about church. And the other guy says, well, it wasn't meant for you. It was meant for God. So we're going to go make a joyful noise. And if you're around us tomorrow, you might not like how it sounds, but it's okay because we're doing it for God. We want to serve with open arms and gladness. So my friends, short but sweet. The air in our lungs belong to God. And he has told us to make a joyful noise, to worship him, clap our hands, raise our hands, and shout to the Lord with a triumph, right? A voice of triumph. So tomorrow is not a funeral at a church. It's not a I got to be there because it's Sunday time. It's a time to get together with like-minded folks and just worship. Just worship. Come tomorrow wherever you go, but have that heart of worship. You know, how many pastors are willing to say that we don't do things as the Bible says at our church? There's not too many pastors that will say that. But yet, how many pastors are willing to say, let's worship? A lot of them would. So my friends, end it with this. Short, sweet. It's time we take our hearts back to worship. And worship is not just singing, or worship is offering. Worship is serving. Worship is anything you do for God. I went to Subway tonight for dinner. One of our old youth at the church, one of our old churches, sent me a message. Hey, I'm working at Subway now. Come see me. And I walked in there and he turned and says, oh my. He said the first thing he said was, man, I got rebaptized. I rededicated my life to Christ. I'm going to this church over here and it's full of teenagers. Man, it made my heart feel good. Made my heart feel good. And he asked about Amy. He asked how we're doing and said he'd like to come over and hang out sometime. I said, man, come on. And then he walking out, the first time he ever said this to me, he said, hey, Dave. I said, yeah, man. He said, thank you. And I love you. My friends, that was worship. Not because some teenager said he loved me, but because of the impact in a short amount of time that was made in this person's life. Worship could be at the bread aisle at the grocery store or the pet aisle at Walmart. Make a joyful noise. Be the Jesus that people normally wouldn't see. every night in my lunchbox at work. Open my lunchbox. I just had a note with me in front of me. Every night in my lunchbox, open the lunchbox, and Amy will run up to like day one, you know, thanks for a great weekend. Be the light in someone's dark world. I promise you guys, you be the light in a dark world, and your world will get lit up as well. Man, we love you. We appreciate you. And as always, we thank God for his scars because his scars give ours a meaning.